Hi guys, Mr. Sonnenberg here. Today we're going to be talking about writing molecular compound formulas. So this is for Science 9 students studying matter and chemical change. So this is going to be topic 6 in your textbook for study references. So what we're doing is we're basically doing the opposite procedure of what we learned when we were naming molecular compounds. Now what we're going to do is take the name and we're actually going to write the chemical formula. Before we took the formula and we wrote the name out. So we're going to do the opposite function. So this is going to be relatively easy for most of you to comprehend. So basically the first thing we have to look at is what we're given is the names. And we have to determine what the symbols are. Okay, so we'll have to find symbols. So if I get hydrogen, I'm going to have to determine that the symbol is going to be H. And where do I find that? Well, I find that on the periodic table of elements. And that is going to be one tool that we can use to really help us write these formulas and understand the names. So we have to take the name, write the symbol. Then what we need to do is we need to identify what the prefixes are before the element names. So remember those prefixes were things like di, tri, tetra, and I'll talk about them in the next slide. And those prefixes are actually going to be translated into what we call subscripts. So if I was to write H2O, my subscript's down here. Where does that come from? That comes from the prefix di. Okay, so that's what we're going to do to help you understand this topic. Okay, so here's prefixes. You've seen this before. What are the prefixes? Well, we have a chart of 10 prefixes here. 1 is mono, 2 is di, 3 is tri, 4 is tetra, 5 is penta, 6 is hexa, 7 is hepta, 8 is octa, 9 is nona, and 10 is deca. Now we also have this rule right here. Prefix mono is omitted in the first element. First element only, not the second. Okay, just mono, mono meaning one. So if I was to do, say, carbon monoxide, and it's CO, well, we can assume there's a subscript to 1, but we don't write it as a rule. So each one of these has a subscript to 1. We see that subscript to 1 right here, okay, with the oxygen, but where's the carbon? Well, we don't write mono. Okay, we don't write monocarbon. We actually we omit that, so we don't have to add it in the first element. So we don't say monocarbon monoxide. We just omit that first mono and we write carbon monoxide, but that is only for the first element. Okay, guys? Moving on, we have a few examples. I'm going to do one example and then I'm going to get you to try 2 on your own. If you want to try this one, you can pause the video and try it by all means. So what I've done is in purple, in a different color, I have the prefix. Prefix for di is 2. Prefix for tri is going to be 3. So you need to look on your periodic table and you need to determine what the symbol is for nitrogen. So the symbol is going to be N. And now I take this prefix, di, which is 2, and I add it and I use it as a subscript number. Now I look here in oxide, well, we added the IDE. I know that the base name is going to be oxygen. So I look at the symbol, I find on the periodic table that the symbol is O, and then I look at the prefix, and the prefix is 3, so I write it. So there we go. N2O3 is dinitrogen trioxide. If you tried this, I hope your answers were right. Now let's try one more example here. So we have antimony. Okay, remember this is molecular compound, so they're 2 nonmetals in combination. They're held together by covalent bonds. So antimony, okay, here's where that rule applies. We didn't put mono in there, so we can assume there's 1. So antimony from the periodic table is SB. Now I look here at my prefix and I know that is 3. And then I look at IDE was replacing at the end of the second element, so I know this is bromine. So I'm going to put its symbol. Bromine symbol is Br. What's my prefix? It's 3, so I add that as a subscript number. So SbBr3 is antimony tribromide. Hopefully your answers were correct again. And let's try one more example here. This one's a little more difficult. I'll challenge you guys a little bit. So I have to, first thing I need to look at is the prefix, and then I need to find the symbol. Symbol for phosphorus is P. Tetra refers to 4. I write that as a subscript. Now sulfide, okay, well, I'm going to write an S, okay, for sulfur, and tri, okay, tri is going to be 3. So I write the prefix as a subscript right there. Tetra is written as a subscript. Phosphorus is written as the symbol, and sulfide is written as the symbol as well. Okay, so I'll just erase that and I'll write it one more time just to help you out. P4S3. And that's our formula. P4S3 is tetraphosphorus trisulfide. Okay, and so we got rid of the IDE, and that's actually sulfur on our periodic table. Alright guys, that's writing molecular compound formulas. I hope this has helped. It's relatively easy. It's piggybacking off of naming molecular compounds, and I hope you've had success with this and the screencast has helped. Please, if you have any questions, bring them to class next day. I'm here to help you guys. I'm here to answer your questions. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it. Bye.